Hey folks, it's time to start a new design delve. And because for some reason I cannot escape the Soul series, we're going to do Dark Souls 2. Specifically the Scholar of the First Sin Edition, because that wraps up all the DLC into the game and also changes stuff a little bit. And I think it's interesting to see how the game changed. So, since I don't want to play through it twice, because that's going to be a lot. Though things do change on the second playthroughs. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just start this off. Because the start of this game is weird. It's the second Dark Souls, the third Souls game, because Demon Souls, but...
Perhaps you've seen
this game starts off this way.
Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land.
Game audio is loud. I'll fix it after this.
A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why.
Maybe didn't need to smile for that one. Also, this game implies you leave your wife and child behind, so if you're playing a lady, you're canonically gay. And also just walk around bare-chested in your house, but hey, you do you.
Like a moth drawn to a flame. Your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
And that's the intro. And we wake up from that cutscene. Just straight up, go. That's the interesting way this game starts, with you as a hollow covered in rags. And pretty much, you have a destination, and ostensibly you go. I'm gonna adjust audio here. Alright, please let me know if this is enough. Please tell me if you can still hear the sounds and such. But yeah, you start on this like cool reflective little thing after ostensibly having fallen down. And the interesting part about it is there you go. Your character. Go, move. So that's what you do. You move around a bit, but this here is pretty much just, well, get used to the game, get used to how things go. Don't have any equipment, don't have anything, just move. I forget if there's actual stuff hidden. There might be an item somewhere, but yeah, you're just somewhere, sometime. Things are hazy, but they make it very clear from the start. Once again, like Dark Souls 1, you are in a kingdom long past its prime. Also, hey, these little things just kind of like scurry away. Let's remember those. We won't be seeing them for a very long time, but the game won't forget about them. And again, if we are observant, like in most Dark Souls games, we can find stuff. Like a rusted coin that is ostensibly useful. It's actually really useful. This will not be a dual shield run, Jeb, because I want to show more stuff. But I will definitely like concentrate on weapons and possibly a little. I want to do a little bit of magic. We'll see how that develops. I want to mix it up a little bit. Because last time I played, it was mostly like weapons and holy stuff. I wanna change that. Yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing. But we know where we're going. There's a hidden path here, but it's a bad idea to go right now. Because we have nothing.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
Dark Souls 1, it was the dark
It's
sign.
an undead.
In Dark Souls 2, it's just the curse.
An undead has come to play.
They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished.
You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
And now we get to the weirdest thing about this game, and I think no other game like this has ever done this. I can't remember a single game that did this. They ask you to put in your name before you make your character. And there's no going back. This is a one-step, two-step thing. First step, you type in your name. After that, you are committed to that name, and then you get to make your character. And that's weird. It was especially weird for me because I always make them as a unit. I wonder, what kind of character am I going to make this? Okay, cool. And after that, okay, what would be a good name for this character? But no, here's like, name first, go. And that was super weird for me. But for now, let's make this easy. Because, like I said, this is probably like something that is related to the fact that I was in denial before coming out, and that was like a very recent thing, the whole, Xandra thing. But before, I never understood why anyone would make themselves in a game. Why would you do this? There's no appeal. But now I realized, oh, it's possible to like yourself. Now I get it. So now I am way more, like, into the concept of just making me.
At least you know your own
That I do.
name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
So that's the humanity of this game.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
And by looking into it, you
Think
remember
back.
who you are.
Deep into your past.
And that effigy has the dark sign, the mark of the curse on the back.
It's an effigy of you.
And now we get to make the game. Make the character, sorry. Only 2 genders in this one. And you get a bunch of builds. And they're all like... It can be weird because also it feels like, oh, they just like adjust the width. So it's like kind of strange how they make this, but I'm assuming like, well, this is technical reasons because, you have to make stuff work with your animations. I usually go for for this one because I have wimpy little arms. No rippled muscles. No thank you. Alright, also there's like the faces are kind of weird. Like there's default and then there's stuff here. Basic face shape. And there's also advanced settings, which are like, they're very complex. But let's see if, is there anything close to what I have? Oh, that's the closest, but it has a ponytail, though I do like ponytails. It's a different kind of ponytails. It's a pretty cool dreads. That's with bun. I'll probably go with this one. Because not a lot of hair options in this one, which is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, it's slim pickings. But I do like the swept bangs. Yeah, I think that's the closest. Let's do that. Hair color, blue, the bluest you got. But that blue in games always comes out super weird. So I tend to temper it a little bit. A little bit of gray, not too much though. And that usually looks a little bit better. And at that point, like, okay, let's not spend too much time with this. We got this, okay. That looks good to me. No tattoos, I'm good. Yeah, this character generation is like weird. I almost prefer the one of Dark Souls to it, but that one was also like very strange. And oh, random will just make a random face, and we've seen what that does with stuff like Monster Factory and the like. I will not be messing with the face beyond this, because now we will just be getting into like, oh my gosh, like age. Well, we get into like many almost imperceptible changes, except when you get too far. Actually, I have to stop. Does it? Okay, the change is very slight. Hey, you get to change your hormones, though. Straight up, the hormones may not... Your mileage may vary with hormones. That might not actually be how they do. Also, form emphasis, which is... Again, like, this is... You get to, you work with a bunch of different sliders and you don't really know what they do. It's like dark, bright, blush, pale, orange, blue for the skin, because it kind of makes it a little bit paler and stuff. And like it is incredibly overwhelming. Like here you don't get many more stuff. You get the same thing here, but like it's relative nose size, facial parts, vertical placing, glabella width, your jaw breadth. How's that going? Like, can I change my jaw to be a little bit wider? Yeah, you totally can. Chin tip depth. You can change that too. And, like, it's just... There's just so much, and it gets to be incredibly overwhelming. Even, gosh, there's just so many things. Oh, there's a freaky one, like the eye size. You can make your eyes comically large. Or tiny, but that's just it's so easy to just make something very scary. You change your jaw spread. What does that even mean? Kind of messes with like your chin. But it's like, that's a lot of stuff. Let's maybe not go too far into this. The class, though. You get your class, you get a gift, and that's it. And they give you a little bit of information. High strength, dexterity, and you have all these stats that you... Can I actually... Yeah, okay, I can see what the stats are. So we have level, that's just level. Hit points, stamina, those are going to be useful. Vitality, equipment load, so they kind of split those up. I think some of them were similar, but I forget how they split them up in different games. They have attunement. I forget if that was a thing in the first one. See, they mix them up frequently, so I get super lost. Intelligence and faith, that's still there. Adaptability is weird. It's basically... It's a weird catch-all that makes you more agile and also resistant. They still have the Estus Flask. Adaptability, the higher it is, as far as I've heard, the quicker you will chug your Estus Flask. It's strange. And strength and dexterity pretty much determine like which you can actually wield. So you can see, okay, well, warrior has, okay, more hit points. and more like adaptability, but like other stats are moved around, and like swordsman. See, you have like warrior, knight, swordsman. These are 3 different classes, 3 very different classes. Have bandit, which looks hecking cool. That is a cool class, but has like no intelligence, which determines magical aptitude. You have cleric, sorcerer. Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, okay, I'm told adaptability is also dodge roll iframes. So you do need that. Or you have the explorer, which just starts with a bunch of items. Which, fair enough. And deprived. Level 1, nothing. Whole lot of nothing. So basically, like, you have all these other like classes that, okay, level 13, 12, well, deprived level 1, just, but you have nothing. So you really just, I'm just gonna see what I end up with here. So basically, the thing that's gonna determine what we want to go is I want to show off some cool stuff this game does with weapons, because that's something the other games don't do. So we're probably gonna be looking at something that has high strength and dexterity, possibly something with decent adaptability too. So this might be good. This also has a lot of hit points, which is nice, but it also means it's level 13, which means there's already a bunch of points put into stuff like into other things that are going to be maybe points we don't want to put into things. So that this all weighs into the equation. But we do kind of want adaptability to be at a decent place, so this setup is interesting because they give you 2 weapons, but not the stats to actually use them properly, which is interesting. But this might actually be the one, because Dex is super high, so we can just put points into strength and we're good. In fact, I think we're gonna do this because. Gosh, I have a giant butt. Jeez, that's yeah, okay, that's a lot. It's either that or deprived. I like deprived because you just have to fend for yourself, but that makes a fun challenge run. It doesn't necessarily make a fun demonstration run. So I think we might just go with swordsman because we are already in a good position to do some cool weapon stuff, and other stats are pretty good. Like they're in a decent place. So let's start with swordsman and the gift. The gift, you can start with nothing, and that does nothing. Like ring that slightly increases hit points. So 1 effigy, but that's consumable. More consumables. Homeward bone. Tree of a seed of giants. That is actually an interesting thing that you get later. Bonfire cider or petrified something. Petrified something, I usually go with that because that gets turned into something else. Though Loon does bring a good point that deprived can make stuff interesting because everything you find is valuable. Whereas the classes will usually give you stuff that will last you for a while. You know what? Screw it. Let's do deprived. I like playing deprived because then you kind of have to do things your way, and we get to discover what the game gives us. And yeah. And also you start at level 1, so you level up real quick at the start. So you can really start putting points into stuff you want. Unclothed, origin unknown, has nothing to fight with except life-affirming flesh. Yeah, let's do this. And I think we're good. Also, all these items, everything you see here, you can find in the game. They are somewhere. They have a very specific place in the game. All right, so let's do this. I think we're good. This is my true self.
All people come here for the same reason.
It's a party.
To break
No.
the curse.
Oh, right.
You're no
Also party.
different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Also, like they do really play up like.
You never know.
Oh, this game is hard, by the way. It's like that. This is the first game they made after Dark Souls, and Dark Souls got really to be known as a very hard game. So they figured, okay, we gotta play this up. This is a super hard game.
Through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow.
Totally untrue. What she just said.
I'll fool
Nope.
you
No
no
basis in
longer.
reality.
You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
I mean, we might. But... you're gonna die. Haha. But like, you know. But yes, this version of the game has remixed encounters. So a lot of the game is the same, but some of the also these ghosts are other players playing at the same time. But yeah, a lot of the environments. The environments are the same, but a lot of the enemy placement have been changed, and they make for interesting things. Are you a mimic? You are not a mimic. Got another human effigy. Okay, what are the controls in this game? Okay. That's how you jump. Don't hit the old ladies. Yeah, fine, okay, sure. Oh, and you can come here to respec later, which is actually a very neat feature. So normally you'd get stuff here. Oh, and by the way, they straight up unequipped the stuff I have. Like, right, I'm someone who has nothing. I shouldn't be wearing these. Also, keep your eye on the bottom right. 13.7%. That is my equip load. I need to keep it under, I think, 70% to still get my fast roll. So, here we are. And now we start with our first bonfire. And here we'll get to attuned spells, no spells. We can burn stuff. This is where we burn, like, if we burn a human effigy, it's different than if we just use it, I believe. So it's all weird. We have access to, right off the bat, we have our item box so we can just store items. But yeah, let's just go. Also, hey, there's this thing here. But I can just punch this thing apart and then go get it. And I get a torch, and then I can light a torch on the bonfire, which gets to be useful eventually. The 70% equipment load is for Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1 had different, I forget which it were, but it's something like 50 and 75 or 25 and 50, but they were like very specific breaking points. We had a really fast roll, a fast roll, and a fat roll. This one has just 2 rolls. And with torches, you can light these things here. But let's start. Right away, we start with fog. Alright, we have no weapon. Just gonna punch some folks. A little bit. Okay, I can target lock. I can do the old jump punch. Not a one-hit kill like in Plunk Fest, but they do a little bit more damage. Oh right, I kind of wanted to. Gonna boost the sound of voices a little bit. Voices. Hold B to dash. all we can do is just punch folks. And not much else. Also, hey, that's a big scary monster. That's... And it's guarding something, and that something is really interesting. First, let's be sneaky. And we can backstab with our fist. I'm assuming this is what this tells us. Yep. Regular attack behind enemy's back. Hello folks who are just joining us. We are doing a design delve on Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. And we just got our first weapon. That's cool. Now we have a weapon. The dagger is actually pretty good. It's a pretty good weapon. Nope, there's another one. Ah. And we can switch equipped weapons. And since we have only one weapon equipped, we can trade it off with nothing if we want to punch folks. And I can punch with my left hand, or I can parry if I'm real good. Parrying has always been a really interesting mechanic in the Souls games, and I'm kind of glad that more games have been doing it. But it's tricky. Go, anything back? No. Gotta be careful. Also, this game introduces life gems, which are consumables that let you heal. So you can like use them like this, but I'm not gonna be putting anything in there right now. And I like that this... Oh, by the way, you can move the camera in case you hadn't... Oh, hey, there's something here.
You, give it, Moose. Yes, you! Give us Silky!
And now, this is something that's been, I think, even from way back in Demon Souls. That was a thing, or did that begin in Dark Souls? But either way, you can drop items here. But in this game, at least, they will let you know when you do something good. And that's where we got the petrified something. I will leave this here.
Yeah. So nice, so smooth. Yeah. Silky smooth.
So thankfully, in this one, we don't have to restart the game. They just give us the stuff immediately. So it's turned into a Demon's Great Hammer. This is gonna be a good run, folks. I'm really glad I just got that one. I'm really glad. I'm honestly extremely glad that that is what dropped from that very specific thing, because then I get to show you some cool stuff. Cause the Demon Great's dagger, 57 damage. Demon's Great Hammer, 300. Requires 50 strength. I have 6. Cannot really use it though, but the requirements, if I two-hand it, become lesser. So eventually I'll be able to wield that, but I'm just glad to have it. That's a good thing to have. Okay, we'll leave them because we don't want to like keep bugging them. So we can drop the ladder here, or we can just do this thing. There we go. 25 to two-hand from Jeb. Yeah, when you two-hand, it's basically your strength is in each hand. So I have 6, 6, 12. So I need 25 to get 50. And then we do this. And then we keep going. These are little tutorial areas, but they can give you some good stuff. They can also kill you, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Also, I can do this. Now I can two-wield my dagger. Yeah, two-wield, that's what I wanted to say. Wield my dagger with two hands. There we go. Yeah, Dark Souls 1 was plus 50%. This one is just double your strength when you two-hand. And that one is the part where you usually die. Let's see if I can actually pull this off. Alright. That's half of it. To get an amber herb. Herb. Well. Okay, managed to do it. And then on the way back you realize, oh, there's a ladder here. I should actually should probably use one of these things. Life gems will heal you, but they take a while. That's a guard break. That's really useful. Okay, there's an enemy here. Can I dive bomb him? Yep. Okay. Now it's only one. It's pretty useful to be able to stagger enemies. Because then when they're staggered, they're not hitting you. And this, if you can land it, will stagger someone. Or usually it's going to do a lot of stamina damage if they're blocking. That's a door. And hey, item, cool, right? Nothing else? No? Okay. Yeah, this game introduces a separate button for jumping while you're sprinting, and that is important. Because otherwise you would have to dash with the B button, release, and press it again to jump, and that makes for very, very tricky timing. So we're up here. All of this is skippable, by the way. I don't have to do any of this, but I think it's... Oh my gosh. They start you off with this. So, hey, there's a statue there. We can't enter. But we can go here, and we see... Oh, there's basilisks. This is new. Normally, that... In the original version of Dark Souls 2, that statue wasn't there. You come here, you have more enemies with arrows, and then you defeat them, and so on and so forth. But here... This kind of a tease, oh, hey, basilisks. There's a statue, there's enemies here. You can, pretty much put one and two together. Maybe let's not go see the basilisks today. In fact, I think we're done. It's kind of this becomes a reminder, hey, maybe come back. Maybe come back. Maybe come back when you have more stuff, and also because that troll over there is through this area. So originally you'd been able to do all of this right from the start, but here they kind of gate you okay, no, in fact, why don't you come back later and finish up the tutorial area? And this is an interesting hint because there's actually something else we can do here that will actually have an impact. Let me just show you. Say we come back here. There is not a lot of stuff to do here, specifically. But here we have a neat little hint that, hey, there's stuff over there. Whatever could be over there. So let's just come back here. And, we can jump to our death. Or we can go here, and here's where we see... Oh, hey, there's tracks. There's big, giant tracks. And we have ourselves a troll. Trolls are real hard to kill with daggers, by the way. Just telling you. Also, you shouldn't be backstabbing them. That's a bad idea. See how little damage I did to that troll. That is not a lot of damage. That attack is an instant kill. But I wanted this. Now I can get the heck away. Bye, troll. Good. I said goodbye, sir. I said goodbye. And he can't fit through that, so he just went away. But yeah, there's some stuff, and you get something if you actually defeat that. I'm not sure there's something here, but yeah, we will probably come back later, because you know, I kind of don't want to spend 5 minutes and then die to this lovely person, because all I have is a tiny dagger. Bye, folks. So let's keep at it. Also, funny story, you get a special item if you beat this game without ever sitting down at a bonfire. Recommended that you do this in New Game Plus, though, because it's pretty hard. But I'm gonna have to come back anyway to deal with the Gosh, why did so many people die here? Try Beanpole. Bloodstain, but here? Fine work, moneybags. Oh, everyone is killing themselves with a weapon here for some reason. That's weird, but anyway, let's keep going. Good luck, moneybags. I wonder if they're saying this because we bought the DLC or something. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Firelink Shrine, or as it's called in this one, Majula. There are very, very few links between Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. Oh, right, the thing you get from beating the game without sitting down at the bonfire is something that it relates to one of your hands. And you can get something that relates to the other hand if you beat the game without dying. So yeah. Either of these things, not a lot of fun. I am heading in the wrong direction. There's some cool stuff there, but not yet. But I do spot something here. A Divine Blessing. And there's a kind of like a crack in the rocks here because crack in the rocks. We can go here. And this is nothing, but this is something. Specifically a Morning Star. Can we equip the Morning Star? No, not at all. No way. But it's good to have. And we got the binoculars, which are actually real useful. Oh, I forget. Right, they're an actual thing in this one. Shoop. And it's kind of like maybe not sure what they do yet, but they come in handy for a very specific purpose that they don't really tell you about. But hey. That's how this game is. Anyway, we need to come here. Because this is, like, Dark Souls had Firelink Shrine, which was just this place that eventually gets populated with folks. But Majula here kind of grows in a different way. And there's people. Hey!
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
It is locked. And here we have our first little bit of gating. And we can see, I mean, we can ostensibly see from this window here. There's like, oh, anvil. Okay, that's the blacksmith. This is the character, the NPC, who will be upgrading our things. And we don't get to have upgraded things until we open this. So this is kind of like, this kind of ushers us in a specific direction. And here we are. Hello. I would really like to have your stuff.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate?
Monarch sounds better.
Bearer
but I
of the
couldn't do it.
curse. I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go
Estus
on and see the
Flask.
king. He who made Dranglake what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
Okay, now we're told very, very clearly by the game, this is the character who levels you up. Pay attention, please. But before I do that, let's keep exploring this little place. This little place that has its very, like, soothing music. One of the rare places with music in the game. Usually music is reserved for boss fights. And look who's our friend, who is a different friend in every game, but we know who he is.
You're undead, aren't you?
It's our
have
fellow,
that
the
distinct
crestfallen knight.
scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Dranglake these days, there are very few places like that.
This kind of implies Dragon Lake used to be a better place, but yeah, this is pretty much how this goes. We always come after the big stuff has happened. And now it's just, we're sifting through the embers of a fallen empire.
I am Solden.
But hey, this guy has a name,
And
Solden.
like you,
Hi.
I lost everything, and now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, that's why I'm here.
that's not true at all.
Well, that sucks.
There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls?
I mean, I've played a bunch of the games right so far.
Even
I think
I'm
I'm
not certain, but
not an authority, but
I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself.
I thought it was humanity.
Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul.
I have like 610 of them.
Do you see
That's a
what
lot of
that
souls.
means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there.
This is some of the most talking we'll actually get to do in the entire game, by the way.
Undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land
And
with
here we
giant
go.
souls.
We're rewarded for our
And wherever
perseverance.
you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul.
Right off the bat, they
and
let
a
us know.
terrible curse.
4 bosses.
If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right
Where
now.
are the 4 bosses? Well, there are actually 4 paths from here, even though that it might not look like it.
Do you ever cry out for help?
Mm-hmm. I do. It's
The
important.
journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn.
That's totally true.
If you need help, why
And
not proclaim
This is, see,
faith in
it's
the
actually
Blue
useful to
Sentinels?
keep on talking to folks.
When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid.
Real talk, I have
Protection
never
is
had a Blue
yours
Sentinel come to my
if
aid
you
ever.
wish. You need only accept
But it's a
their
cool
kind
system.
embrace.
Way of Blue, totally. Because Covenants, like, you can more easily, like, join them, swap them. It's fine to join one.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let
Yeah,
the
glitchless. He's probably like,
sentinels
yeah, okay, how
cradle
many
you
things do I
in
have to
their
tell this lady so
embrace.
she goes away?
Do you feel it suits me just fine?
Aw.
As I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it
That's
some
actually right,
time.
though. The place will grow on me. There we go. Enter Covenant. We already belong. Learn gesture. Now we know something.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire?
And now, when we talk to him, he'll just
That
tell us
will
random
take you
stuff.
to the forest of the giants.
So, bonfire, further there.
There was once
forest
a
of giants.
great fort, but little of it remains.
And that's
You
actually
may
over there,
just find
behind me.
something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back.
I mean, I'll try my
May you
chances.
find peace on your journey.
Oh, by the way, this statue here, 204 million deaths worldwide in this game. And we get to like see some cool soothing horizon. Letters are worn. This will say stuff sometimes, so it's good to check. So anyway, now we have that we actually got a thing, a blue seal. That's a Covenant ring, and it boosts our hit points slightly, so why not? Just, yeah, let's totally do this. Also, hey, we got an Estus flask. That is important. That is super important. And also important is Black Separation Crystal, not really... Okay, we don't have it yet. There's going to be good stuff we get later. So we got an Estus flask. We have a buddy here. Let's keep on checking out Majula. Got a life gem. It's actually useful to kind of keep him handy just in case. Over here, there's a thing I did. Like, originally I did that at the start of the game. And that is the Covenant of Champions. It don't really tell you anything, but I just entered it because. But what it does is everything is harder and you can't summon help. But you get awe stones when you beat bosses and you can turn them in for stuff. So the first time I played, I just did this and oh gosh, turned out that was not a good idea for the first playthrough. Also, let's pay attention to this particular place here. So, let's see. This is one of the paths open to us. And there's a... Contraption does not move. And this goes further. So we've got one path here. And there's ostensibly another one that is blocked off because there's a grate over there. We have settlement. We have one path through here. The one I was going down before, that one over there. That's two paths. We have this one here. And so that's three. And we have this giant pit, which is actually, that leads to stuff. So that's four. 4 or 5, depending on whether or not you count that is actually 2 paths. So there's actually different ways we can go. But the reality is 4 of these 5 paths will lead us to a boss. The other one is kind of a dead end, but it's weird. I'll get to show it to you a little bit. And look at that. Dark Souls 2 has the best cat in video games.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much
How
time
pretty this cat
remaining.
is.
Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say.
Not an optimistic cat, though.
Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat.
It's okay, she's nice.
Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté.
Enchanté.
So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
So, Shalquar can help me abandon a covenant. Lets me keep track of covenants I've found. And I can buy stuff. Stuff that is super expensive, but Silver Cat Rin reduces damage from falling. That is important, especially since there's a giant pit outside. So that's one of the ways we can get in. And there's like some other stuff that's actually pretty good. Homeward Bones are actually very useful, but you know, let's not spend our souls on items just yet. Also, though, if you notice the numbers besides the item, nearly all shops in the game have limited stock, which kind of forces you to keep going. And these stones are small and smooth, so we can just buy them all up and go give them to the crows. But let's not do that just yet.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful?
Such a cute cat. But yeah, ostensibly the cat.
Nothing suited you, I presume?
Sadly not. Don't have the money.
Well, that's dismaying.
Yeah. Shalquar is... I'm not sure if we ever actually learn what she is about, but I think she's some sort of like powerful being who just happens to be in the form of a cat right now. So we have this cool little place with a cool little door that is super locked. And we have this place, this thing here that is going to teach us something important. And an Estus flash shard, that is super important. Message is good. Yeah, actually, that's actually a good message. And like, I really love the Dark Souls game because you can leave messages. Sometimes they're not super good, like try jumping in front of a pit. But anyway, here are 3 very dangerous enemies. 3 tiny little pigs. They're dangerous because they are low to the ground. And it is hard for you to actually hit them with, depending on the weapon you have. And also they have a lot of hit points. And they hit hard. So this pretty much teaches you, gosh, small enemies are kind of hard to hit. And you need to learn how to hit small enemies because there's lizards in this game, just like in the other Dark Souls games. So you have to figure out how to deal with lizards. So that's kind of a way to help you. But anyway, I got an Estus flask shard.
There are for you will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
I don't have the level yet to meet the king. That's
Seek those whose names, their souls will serve as
you're
beacons.
done. Sorry. Seek
Once
the
you have found
bosses.
them,
Basically,
return here to me,
this game has an actual gate.
so that hope will not fade away.
Beat the 4 bosses, come back, and then you'll be able to keep going with the game.
Is that a shard you found?
There's a way to counter that, though. There's a way
Here,
to sneak on
let
by
me
if
see
you
it.
have a very specific
So that I may help you.
And that's how
To
speedrunners
see
get
light,
quick.
to see hope,
Get quickly through a game.
however faint it might be.
Upgrade Estus Flask. Heck yeah, that is one of the most important things you will ever do in the game. But I don't have one. Now I can maybe level up. I can level up once. So, I need more strength, first of all, to wield that mace, so I'm just going to start with strength. And let's go. Because to use that mace, I need 7 dexterity, 15 strength. So once I have 8 strength and 7 dexterity, I can wield it with 2 hands, and then I'm good to go. So, that area over there will murder me. The pit will kill me. That area over there, I'm actually not sure. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try. Also, yeah, apparently in Scholar of the First Sin, the pigs are more deadly. Because why not? Why wouldn't you make the pigs more deadly? Let's go through this place here. This weird little place. Confidence ahead. Stay calm. Don't give up. Don't give up, skeleton. All right, this is in this game, the don't give up skeleton. And here we have a cool dude. Hello.
Have you business with me? The way under's all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now.
I like this guy.
See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to
Foreshadowing.
look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real live person
Very, very
is turned
obvious
to stone, do
foreshadowing.
you? See that statue?
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Okay, cool. You started to loop your dialogue, so I'm just gonna stop. Get some items here. And this place is super dangerous. And statue blocks your way. Yeah, so this is a hint, but this is something important is gonna come here later. But first, hey, there's someone here. Clearly, I mean, I'm not seeing things. That's someone. That is a person. Person with a lot of hit points. Like I'm like a very many hit points, and my weapon is kind of not up to snuff. Also, hurts a lot. I wonder if I can actually manage to... There we go. Backstab. Oh, that's super useful. Okay, yeah. Right. Backstabbing. That's something you want to do. So that's a Lloyd's Talisman. That's an item we're not going to need. Is there another murder? Yep, there's another murder person here. Back's turn, though. Missed it, though. Okay. So we got a dagger. Also, these enemies kind of have a poison to them. But good gosh. Backstabs just do the trick a lot. And there's nothing else. So let's just keep going. Bye, buddy. So, once we have something that can turn a statue back to not a statue, we'll come back. Okay. We get winded real easily. Lost a little bit of health, so I'm just gonna stop by the bonfire, and then let's go to the actual place we're supposed to go first. This spot right here, it's easy to miss. I totally missed it the first time and totally did not realize, oh, this is the first area. This is where I'm supposed to go. I was going off the other side with like big enemies that are incredibly difficult. Like, this feels weird. Why would Dark Souls be like this? Are you a mimic? Don't look like a mimic. How did you die? In a weird fashion. But let's just try. Nope, not a mimic. We're good. There will be tons of messages telling us this is a secret wall, this is yeah. Liar ahead means that there used to be a message up front saying, hey, this is a secret area. No. First secret area is actually in a while. Okay. Can't go here. We can go here, and here we kind of learn, oh, that's how this thing works. Also, this thing takes its sweet time. Usually this means, oh, if there was an enemy behind you, like that would be a really good place to get ambushed. And also, like in Dark Souls and Demon Souls, your character gives off a specific light, which is, you know, that's kind of pleasant. So everyone died here. Okay, everyone just decided to end their lives there. That's okay, that's fine. This is ostensibly where we're going. We can go here if we're real careful. Let's try to be real careful. Are you a mimic? You're not a mimic. Right? We could try to jump this. Let's not. Okay. Alright. And hey, why not have a troll right here in the beginning area? That's a real that's a nasty thing to do. Don't do this, games. Oh, hey. Hello. Also, don't run out of stamina. Ever. That's bad. Okay. Here we are. Yarr. Homeward bone and some souls. So basically, for some reason in Scholar, they decided to add this scroll here, which I guess is just a way to like make you careful. Be wary of big giant enemies. I wonder if it's gonna aggro if I stay here in the bushes. All right, it's not a Dark Souls without an enemy at the start, which can launch a series of attacks. But it seems like okay. He's sort of like staying in his lane. And we have a bonfire right away. We're gonna make good use of. And also something different from the from previous. We can travel right away. Right off the bat, we can teleport. So getting around, not a big deal in this one. All right, so big structure covered in vines. Excuse me. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, you look like you really wanted to. I wanted to backstab you. All right. Now we have annoying person with a bow and arrow, and it makes you want to run up to him, but there's an enemy right here waiting for you to do just that. That's an arrow in my chest. Maybe that's not the best place for an arrow to be. There's another arrow in me. Oh, hey, there was a buddy there. Totally had no idea that was it. Okay, maybe at some point I'd like to stop having arrows in my face. Or, you know, torso. Finally, you get your fun. Have at you. Alright, good. Oh, I completely forgot to check the name of the bonfire, because since every bonfire in this game has a name, then yeah, they do tell a story. I'm gonna have to check next time I'm through there. Okay. Maybe they changed this, but here is where things get real. So let's try to survive this place. Right? So far, so good. Let's immediately go up here. Because, yeah, come on. No! Ow. Jerk. Also, hey, there's an item over there. Can we actually reach it without dying? Is the thing. I tried. I failed. So let's try again. Hey, we'll get to see what the bonfire is named. Also love the fact that, again, like a Souls game, we get to have some exposition and information during the loading screens. The Crestfallen's Retreat. So yeah, that is super interesting, because in the name of this bonfire, it tells us that's where our friend gave up. Basically, took a few steps here. It says, nope, I'm good, I'm done. Alright, now let's try to do this for realsies. Also, true to form, this is a Souls game. My souls are going to be up there. I need to go get them. And it's a bad idea for me to rush in. Who rushes in? Fools. Fools rush in. Whether or not there's actual grist in the mill. Okay. I kind of walked into that arrow. That's a bad move for me. There's another one where... Oh, there he is. Come on. Thank you. And now I have his knife. Is his knife better than the dagger? Yes, it is. But I can't equip it. It takes too much dexterity. Woe is me with my non-dexterous character. But this is the life we chose. We chose to be deprived. And deprived we should be. Right, they moved some of the enemies around. There used to be a hide knight here. And it was real tough. Like, you might not want to actually fight him here. But they removed them and put them somewhere else. Now I have an axe. I'm picking up all sorts of cool stuff. Alright, can we actually do this now? We can. And some souls. Also, hey, I just got throwing knives. These are actually super useful. And oh, look at that. That little bar under my weapon. Weapons take damage. That's the thing. And okay, here we go. I now have an axe in my offhand. Can't really use it effectively, but I can two-hand it. I'm actually going to switch this around, so this... There, now I'm two-handed, I can actually use it, so that's gonna be good. Alright, we got this. We're gonna be doing a lot of this with this character at the start, which is to say, like, slowly gain our footing, gain this. Oh, I forgot about you. Gain the ability to use all these cool weapons. Isn't that better? That's better. Okay, now we go up top into this little place here. We have two venues. Gonna grab this. Goodbye. And there's an item over there. Short sword. Do we have the stats for that? Drum roll. Of course we don't. More dexterity. But that's the short sword is actually going to be real good. That's probably one of the weapons we'll be using for a while until we get what exactly I am shooting for. And I cannot wait to show you where I'm going with this build, but it's going to take a while to get there. And that's okay. We'll get to see a bunch of weapons and see how the very interesting way Dark Souls 2 handles its weapons. So. Some enemies take 2 hits. But if I use the big one, oh, you're just throwing fireballs. That's great. That's, oh, you're still alive. That's the thing. You totally survived that fall. Well, not anymore. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So with 2 heavy hits, I can pretty much kill anyone. And that's really useful here. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. So many sleeping enemies. Everyone's so sleepy. This place really drives the point home of like, oh, by the way, be very careful of apparent corpses, but also means that if you get overwhelmed and start running, the game immediately shows you it's a real bad idea, and if you start running towards that fog wall and try to go through it, it will take you too much time to go through the animation and you'll get backstabbed. So this whole place is very specifically designed to teach you don't run off. That's a bad idea. But if you attack it methodically, it's not a thing. Alright, anyone else? No? We're good? We're good. Let's go. Someone in the chat asked me if I can help them with the final boss of the game. I'm like so level 2. I'm not there yet, sadly. I can't really do that. And hey, we can jump into this room. That's probably a bad thing. Probably not what we want to do. Let's not jump into things, but is there... Yeah, there's totally someone waiting. Maybe we can just stop them in their tracks. Hi, folks. I was just talking about you. Whoa, that was close. Okay. I'm out of Estus. So I'm just gonna... Oh, crap. Not remember you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? No. Oh, there's something behind here. There we go. A wood bolt. Useful if I had a crossbow. Ambush head. Right. Thank you. Okay, good. Also, you know what really messes up your weapons? Hitting corpses. So you want to be real careful not to swing at corpses. Fortunately, in close quarters, it is very, very difficult not to swing at corpses. Just gonna grab this life gem. Is there still... Yep, there's still that big jerk over there. Alright, also my weapons. Okay, let's... Okay, there's someone... Bow and arrow. No one here. That's good. So that person's gonna be tough. Can I... Those knives do a heck of a lot of damage, don't they? Crap. Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay, good. That's why you like the throwing knives. Bah. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Not immediately. Okay, good. Oh, come on. It's just mean. And our first shield. Useful. We're not going to be using a lot of shields in this run, though. But you kind of know what they do. Okay, so we're here. We're queer, get used to it. But also, there's a lot of stuff to do here. A lot of many paths. Hey, there's a thing there. And there's an enemy there. Hello. Ow. Okay, also my weapon is just about to break. It's a bad thing when your weapon breaks in this game. Especially when the blacksmith does not have access to his shop. Anyway, let's open this really imposing door. And have one of the best bonfire openings. That looks good. Alright. Hello.
Buy something, anything.
I like witches who sell stuff. Also, look at her hand. Her hand is covered, like her hands have this like black aura. That means her hands will do dark damage, or possibly curse damage. So don't anger the old woman.
My name is Melentia.
Don't anger Melentia.
You're a stranger to this land.
Yep.
Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Dranglake's been a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago.
Interesting thing is, in Dark Souls 2, we get to learn why the kingdom fell. Now it's about when giants crossed the sea.
Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden.
I personally don't travel light, though. I am a bit of a pack mouse. I will jam everything and anything I can into my backpack.
They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. But you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says.
There's actually, like, yeah, it's... Let's look at those trees at some point.
It's high time that I pick up
There we go.
Of a bargain for you next time we meet my lover. It's coming.
There we go. This means sometimes characters will she will be somewhere else next time. But first, we can actually buy hand axe, club. Clubs are actually, you know, pretty good, turns out in this game. Cestus. And we can get the traveling merchant equipment, which is the explorer's equipment. Kind of bad we don't see how they compare to the stuff we have right now, but raises item discovery. That's a thing that this hat does. However, it looks silly, so I'm not gonna wear it. Fashion souls. Okay, her equipment, like, she has some items in unlimited quantities, others not. Bright bugs are interesting in this game because they basically make, for temporary time, it makes the game easier. And that's interesting for a Souls game. A lockstone is basically a universal key for some stuff. That incredibly expensive item restores living things from petrification. That's going to be really, really useful later. But just, it kind of, that's a neat way that this game lets us know this is how you're going to do, like, progress in that other area, but you need to have 12,000 souls to get there. So it's not just get 12,000 souls, it's reach a point where 12,000 souls isn't that big of a deal, and you don't actually want to spend it on something else. And then you'll be ready for that area. That's how a lot of these work. But look at here, we have Leningrast's shop key. And that's what we were here for. Also, she's got some basic spells and stuff. Basically just a good little starter shop.
Thanks. Kindly.
Alright, and now, next time, she'll be elsewhere. In fact, I wonder... Oh, no, she's still there. But resting at bonfires repairs all our weapons, and that's important. So let's go up here. Because I know this will be very quick. So this door is locked, however, it is in tatters. So you can actually just break down this door. Oh, and see. And for some reason, my swings just could not get that. Darn little lizard. But it's there. And I'm curious. I'm just gonna try something. I wonder if the lizards come back when you rest, or if you need to exit out of the game, or exit out of the area for them to return. It varies depending on the Souls game. Oh, okay, you can just... It's like I'm locked on, I'm swinging, it's just not doing it. So this is infuriating. This is one of the parts of this game that I have a real problem with, the fact that I'm locked on, but my animation cannot actually connect with the enemy. Why would you make a game like this? Yeah, in Demon Souls, you get one chance. Once they're gone, that's it. And yeah, so I basically have to aim slightly off. I'm just gonna clear the room a little bit. Also, this is probably where having a torch would be useful. But I can only two-hand this weapon, so. I got a helmet. Not gonna wear helmets in this game because I like to see my face. Also, hey, okay. That's a chest. Unless I'm mistaken, that is a darker chest, which usually means they are trapped. Let's see if I'm right. Nope, regular chest. Okay, good. Trapped chests are bad. Real bad in this game. There's some kind of traps that you can pretty easily get away from, others that will just straight up destroy you. So you gotta be careful. Okay, hey, we're back. Oh, hello. Anyone else? Nope, okay. Are you a mimic? You're not a mimic. Thankfully, because, oh my gosh, mimics in this game will destroy you. Also, did I just get a soapstone? Got the small white sign soapstone. That is a very cool item to have. It lets you do a little bit of multiplayer. And that's a very neat way to handle things. Okay, so let's try to do this without killing ourselves. Divine Blessing, we did it. Okay, good. Yeah, in the original Demon Souls, if a lizard vanishes, it's gone forever, whether you kill it or not. This is why I don't play Demon Souls anymore. Every time you kill a boss in a world, it gives +1 to all of the lizard counters. So it means that if you exit and come back, like exit the area and come back, the lizard will respawn if there's still points. It's kind of like you get lizard respawns. But that makes it, the whole thing, so stressful. I just really don't want to do this anymore. See, this is the worst. Like, that is horrible. I can probably, let's try again, just once more time, because it's actually real good what the lizard gives you, but gosh, it really don't make it easy to hit a single little lizard. There we go. Titanite Shard. Those are like extremely important because they let you buff your weapons. And in Dark Souls 2, like in Dark Souls 1, a buffed weapon, like an improved weapon, is way more important than your level. So let's go back to Majula. Oh, hello. Hi. So now we can open this up. And also, oh, there's a chest right here. Let's just steal his stuff. Short bow. Having a ranged option, very important.
Ah, yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later.
Sounds good to me. Basically, he's going to be good because we can buy some stuff from him. We're not going to be upgrading stuff immediately because Titanite is real hard to come by. And we're probably going to be switching weapons a lot.
Stand back. The name's Lenigrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are... another useless
Dude, I opened your
traveler.
shop for you. Have a little gratitude.
A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds.
I am not flirtatious. Come on.
Oh, what does it matter?
He doesn't know
Go
the
on,
effort it
show me
takes
what
me
you've
to
got.
just say hi to someone.
Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
Okay. This is where I can repair stuff that's broken. Reinforce is the important thing. But we need shards and we don't have a lot of those. Also, we can do this to armor, and I kind of don't like improving armor because, again, shards, they're really hard to come by, and I will change armor often. Okay, so let's check this out. We got long swords, we got broadswords. So broadsword is the strength-based sword. Falchion, for more dexterous estoc, which is a giant rapier. Rapier, which is a smaller estoc. Battle axe. And we have the mace. Okay. Now, maces are real good. I will be wanting 2 of these at some point, but first, I'm gonna need to get up to 12 strength, because I want 1 in each arm, 1 in each hand, and I'm gonna even go further. And also, he's selling some Titanite shards, but he only has 10 of them, so I'm limited to how much I can buff myself. So, right at the start, grumpy old man. Right at the start, I'm gonna want to have 7 dex, so I can start using some of these weapons. So like, what required 7 dex? Morningstar. Because that's gonna be useful right away, and after that, just everything into strength. And actually, see, I'm gonna need 8 dex at some point for the hammer, so that's something I need to invest in at some point. Oh, take your time. It's okay.
Bearer of the curse, seek, lest this...
Okay, prepare to hear. Bear, seek, less. A lot. In this game. Okay. So, I can buff my dex, and then just a lot of the strength. And... yeah. Let's keep doing that. Okay, so for the Morningstar, we need 15. So now we have 9. If we 2-hand something, that's 18 strength. So we can use one of these. So we have a slash and a strike. Both are useful in different ways. Right now I'm wearing rags, so I can pretty easily just swap between the 2. Strike, really good against armor, slash, good against everything else. So, that's good. Also, hey, we can use the axe one-handed now. And, we can also use, let's just use them both. So I can do this, which is interesting. I can also dual wield one or the other, and that's cool. But for now, it's actually better for me to have a dagger in my offhand because that's a very quick weapon, and I have a longer swing weapon, and I can still dual wield, so I have a lot of options. And I can also swap that with the mace, with the Morningstar. But I can't use it single-handed. So, right now, our combat options have increased a lot, but we're out of souls. Gosh. So let's remedy that by exploring the far fire a little bit. Yeah, I will actually be wanting to put some points into adaptability, but first I really want to be able to use those weapons. So we can go here. Down this ladder, there's some stuff. Also, there's a hidden passage here, but we can't open it from here. We got what was up there. So something we could have easily forgotten. Oh, by the way, yeah, hello. Oh, come on. Chop. This meanie. Okay. So we can do this a little bit. Can I actually fall down here without dying? Let's see. Yep. There many, okay. Many times there's going to be an enemy behind us because, of course. So yeah, having a very quick offhand weapon, real useful. Having a shield would be cool, and I have one. I could actually... Why don't I just do that? Also, this game starts you off with very crappy shields. You have to work your way up to a good shield in this game, and I think that's interesting. So we could go down the ladder here. There's actually a way to jump there. It's very hacky, though, and let's not do that. Let's actually not do that. So we can go here. Let's not do that. Have I mentioned how easy it is to kill yourself in very silly ways in this game? I'm gonna try not to demonstrate that in a practical fashion. Okay. Let's do this. Whoops. I keep hitting the thing. And he just miraculously keeps swinging through it in a very, very annoying fashion. Right. Okay. 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 Got a torch, that's always useful, I guess. He's noticed us. He's dead. Oh, hey, you totally blended into the background. I totally didn't see you. Like, honestly did not see you there. Nope. Oh, life gem, that's good. I'm actually gonna use one of these instead. And hey, we're starting to see enemies turn to stone. Always a good sign. And that's a tough one. And that's a new enemy right there. Big turtle person. And that person is armored. So we're gonna need this. We're also gonna need to not be anywhere close to where that hammer hits. Maces. They're real good. They're real good. Bonk. And we have the ladder that leads back up. There's a thing there. And now, we ask ourselves, are we feeling lucky? There's a giant thing that's sending fireballs, but while we are in the opening door animation, we are invincible. So we get to use that. And we have a fire weapon. That is worth lots right now. Okay, we do this very quickly. Crap. I really wanted to grab that thing. Okay, well... And away! Okay. Cool. So we got what we wanted out of that. Fire Longsword is... we kind of get to learn how this works in this game, but basically, it's a longsword that has been imbued with fire. Which, oh, I actually didn't want to equip that, I'm sorry. It's just, it's a longsword, but its damage now is split between normal and fire. That's very, very useful against some enemies, especially early on in this game. We don't get a lot of elemental weapons. Alright. Now, we can't really go back up there, but there is a little side path here that requires us to go into a dangerous area. But, you know, that's kind of what we do. Okay, everybody's shooting at me. Come on, use your chug. There we go. Okay. All right. Can they use? They can totally use ladders. Got another knife. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. So we got the cool items from there. Oof. Now we get to explore this part. So, this is like, oh cool, there's like all these cool things. Is that a giant fire lizard? That's a fire lizard. Oh, and there's an enemy just walking right up to us. Hoping we wouldn't notice. And this one's waking up. Does not open from the side, always fun. So we can cross the bridge, we can go through here. Okay. Hurrah for skeleton! There's a lot of positive messages for skeletons. And this is locked, so pretty much we just gotta go through here. And this area is very deadly. Just gonna be very upfront with that. This area is no joke. We can go up here. And for reasons I'm not gonna get into, we must not climb that ladder yet. We cannot. Hello, buddy. Oh, crap. Ow. Okay. That's a thing that happened. Some of the enemy's weapons will make barrels explode. Not entirely sure. They're not fire weapons. So. You're the jerk. Bye, jerk. Don't think he actually died though. Nope, he's alive. He's probably gonna come back. No, just stand in there. Curse you. Oh, come on, you I hate these little corners. There we go. So. He's now like super into the idea of hurting me. Oh no, suddenly not. Is there someone behind me? No. Hey, buddy. Right. Okay, now I'm gonna do something that is unadvisable. Hopefully I will survive this. What we have in front of us are powder kegs. And that's the shortcut. Okay. Good. That's the way to open up that shortcut. I actually don't need that many souls to level up, so I'm just gonna go back to Majula and see if I can work my way up to a very specific number. Come on.
Bearer of sea less.
So, strength, getting better. But we need more. And now we've been doing this for a little while, so I'm going to make a break in the archive. So if you're watching the stream, stick around. And if you're watching this in the archive, well then... Gosh, I look ghastly. Thank you so much for dropping by, and for watching this first foray into Dark Souls 2. I'm very eager to share a lot more stuff with you about this game. It's gonna be a long one, folks. It's gonna be a very long one. So thanks for watching. Please stay safe. Take care of yourselves because you're important. And let's keep making wonderful things.